Somalia-Turkey relations date back to the Middle Ages and the ties between the Adal Sultanate and the Ottoman Empire. So, when in 2011 the Turkish government announced that it would reopen its embassy in Somalia, a new era of Somali-Turkey relations was established. The heart and soul of these relations were solidified by one man, the new ambassador, Dr. Torun, a medical doctor by training who had no previous diplomatic experience. But by the time he had completed his diplomatic tour in Somalia, he had become synonymous with the ongoing Turkish transformation of Somalia. Turkey was intent on effectively assisting in the post-conflict development process in Somalia.
I'm very happy to be here, and inshallah we'll start good work with the Somali government.
And Dr. Torun went beyond the call of duty to make sure that this was done. Thus, during the drought of 2011, Turkey contributed over $201 million to the humanitarian relief efforts in the impacted parts of Somalia. When the Prime Minister of Turkey, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, visited Mogadishu on the 19th of August 2011, accompanied by the Foreign Minister and their families, it was a clear message that Turkey was determined in standing by Somalia. Mohammed Ahmed Noor served as the mayor of Mogadishu from 2010 to 27 February 2014. With the passing of a new constitution in 2012 and the subsequent election of an inaugural president in the new federal government, Noor, fondly known as Tarzan, oversaw Mogadishu's ongoing post-conflict reconstruction during the tenure of Dr. Torun.
siduu u dhaqmo safiirka meesha jooga meeqa safiir baan la joogta dawladahan saaxiibna hor dhan safiiradoodu waa joogaan wax impact am ku leeyihiin society-gan maya xaaladday noogu yimideen runtii xaalad ummadda Soomaaliyeed ay caloosha dhulka u taallay ahayd oo qof isku soo halayn kara uusan jirin marka imaashada Erdogan 19 August 2011 waxay furtay Somalia oo isolated oo jidadka ka xiran oo meel kasta laga xiray oo adduunka dhan oo UN ta ilaadaha waa zone 5 Muqdisho gaar ahaan waa Muqdisho waa zone 5 waa red lama tagi karo dadka lagu cunaa hawl lagama qaban karo humanitarian relief lagama samayn karo shirkadaan siinayna shirkado oo wax hata la xisaabtamin maaragtay ayaa ninkaas yimid xaaskiisa la socotay shan wasiir oo wasiiradiisa waaweynaha la socday markaas wuxuu tagay xiriyihii qaxootiga markaasuu ilmo Soomaali ah oo nadiif ahayn oo diif ka daahayo ay asagii naagtiisa ay dhabta saartay hamigiisu marka wuu weynaa hami weyn ayuu lahaa wadankan inuu wax ka qabto xiriir fiicanna uu la lahaa dawladdiisa maaragtay in wadankan wax laga qabto.
In partnership with the Somali government, Dr. Torun successfully mobilized and coordinated Turkish officials in the launch of various development and infrastructure projects, as well as large humanitarian assistance programs. Dr. Torun never forgot his first calling, that of being a doctor. He ensured that the Turkish government built the largest and most modern hospital in the Greater Horn region. Given the security situation in Mogadishu, the country's hospitals had been hard hit by the insecurity and the lack of qualified medical personnel. The new hospital, named after the Turkish president, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is a modern facility boasting the latest equipment and qualified staff. Assisted by local Somali personnel, the hospital has a modern ambulance fleet, an eye clinic, a dental clinic, and a nurse academy that is almost complete. Although most of the senior medical personnel are from Turkey, they are dedicated to the provision of world-class medical services. Patients no longer need to travel abroad to receive the best medical care. The stunning hospital grounds with a mosque, beautiful vistas, and clear signage is like a miniature city. Dr. Torun established a scholarship program that sent a large number of Somali students to Turkey to receive specialized training. Ecstatic families were only too happy to send their sons and daughters abroad to come back as qualified nurses, doctors, medical officers, and professionals.
meeshu ka abaaray fiiri siyaasadda Turkiga waxbarashadii wadan haddaan waxbarasho jirin waxba lagama qaban karo scholarships intaasoo dhalinyaro ay qaadeen within a very waqti aad u gaaban bay intaasoo dhalinyaro ku qaadeen
İçerisine mi çekeceksin?
Aha,
VIP'den mi başlayacaksınız?
VIP baştan direkt gideceğiz. Anaga akimid anaga markii ay maadan kadib wax soo barnay bo meeshaas inta tagnay luqada soo barnay wax soo barnay kadib maadan haddana waxa jooga Turkiya Soomaaliya oo dhalinyaro Soomaaliya meesha jooga Turkiya jooga wax barnay ilaa master iyo batch iyo dugsi sare iyo diyaarno dadkii luqada Turkiya soo barteen waxa waa ilaa wax garsinay heer finance iyo aan ka shaqeyno marka waxyaabo la taaban karo qarteen Turkiya
runtii wuxuu ahaa nin safiirkaas wuxuu ahaa safiir si fiican u fahamsan baahida runta ah ay qabaan dadka Soomaalida gaar ahaan waxbarashada.
With an improvement in security, Dr. Torun took advantage of the relative calm and began to coordinate in helping the Somali government rebuild the country's major source of revenues, namely the airport and seaport, as part of Turkey's broader engagement in the local post-conflict reconstruction process. In December 2011, with a huge budget set, the Turkish government began the process of modernizing the airport. The Aden Ade International Airport has now been rehabilitated with a number of new facilities, including a new immigration center, new systems and infrastructure, including a modern control tower to monitor the airspace, transit hubs and runways. As a result of that effort, the International Civil Aviation Organization removed Mogadishu's Aden Ade International Airport from the Zone 5 list of airports deemed to pose a security risk to aircraft, crew and passengers. The Prime Minister of Somalia laid the foundation stone for a new national aviation training academy at the Aden Ade International Airport. The ceremony was also attended by ministers and government officials and the Turkish ambassador, Dr. Torun.
marka wuxuu ahaa nin humble ah ee runtii la dhihi karo qof kasta kiyaabo furo ayuu ahaa yani furo ahaa qof kasta oo koriyo wuu iska faraxsan yahay walaaltinimo kula hadlaya si qabow kula hadlaya adoo ku dareensiinaya inuu ka xigo Soomaalinimadii waxaad u malaynaysaa marmarka qaarkood sidoo u xanuunsanaa inuu ka xigo Soomaalinimada inuu ka xigo u malaynaysaa.
In November 2014, officials of the Turkish construction firm Favori LLC announced that the modernization of the airport was almost complete. In January 2015, the President of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, and President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, officially inaugurated the Aden Ade International Airport's new terminal. Featuring modern passenger facilities and a glass facade, it will enable the airport to double its number of daily commercial flights from 10 to 60. With a throughput of 1,000 passengers per hour. Dr. Torun ensured that Turkish Airlines became the first long-distance international commercial airline in 2 decades to land at Mogadishu's Aden Ade International Airport, offering daily flights from Mogadishu to Istanbul. The airport is now a hub for carriers from East Africa and the Middle East. Dr. Torun again helped Somali authorities hand over the management of the Mogadishu seaport to a Turkish firm, Al Bayrak. The Al Bayrak company is charged with bringing in new technology to modernize the cargo hub to international standards and provide new jobs for young, educated Somalis. Dr. Torun has laid a foundation that has seen Turkey continue to lead the efforts in rebuilding Somalia. There are new roads, schools, hotels and banks. This has offered the business community a window of opportunity to expand trade all across the city. This is all a sign that the Somali-Turkey relationship has created optimism about the future of Somalia.
wax kastoo Turkidu ay ka qabatay magaaladan iyo goboladaba credit-ka waxa iska leh safiirka iska leh Torun baa iska leh.
Turkey further assisted Somalia in many ways. The Turkish Red Crescent Society launched an urban renewal project in Mogadishu in 2012. Under Dr. Torun's guidance, the Turkish Red Crescent Society set about the huge task of rebuilding the city. A fleet of heavy construction equipment arrived in June 2012, and with an initial budget of $100 million, the rebuilding of Mogadishu began. The Turkish Red Crescent went beyond their mandate. They got involved in garbage collection, providing a fleet of modern collection trucks and employing over 160 locals in the process. Mogadishu is the only place in the world where they collect garbage, cleaning up to over 20 years' worth of garbage.
Yeah, we are collecting, the garbage, and as a Red Crescent, we are not directly involved this kind of issue or activity, but through this activity, we are preventing the possible illnesses, and we are protecting the community.
The Turkish Red Crescent has established very close relations with the locals, mirroring the foundation laid by Dr. Torun. The Turkish staff are very hands-on, working and sweating alongside the locals on construction sites. They are also involved in major road network construction, and for the first time in years, Mogadishu has traffic. Due to lack of professionally trained technicians, the Turkish Red Crescent decided to build a vocational college that offers technical-related courses such as electrical engineering, construction, and IT.
Constructing a vocational school, and at the end of the year, we are going to open this vocational school. This vocational school will help in terms of the human resources to the country.
Dr. Kani Torun has laid a strong foundation that has cemented his government's contribution to the facilitation of healthcare services, education and development projects in Somalia. Turkey is one of the few governments which has an established embassy in Mogadishu. The government and the people of Turkey are committed to assist in the rebuilding of the country and its institutions, to the rebuilding of national infrastructure, economic development, and the advancement of education. Dr. Torun's legacy in Somalia lives on.
ama mandate-kii ay dawladdiisa soo siisay siduu u fuliyey si aad u heersaraysay ahaayeen oo qof kastoo Soomaali ah meel kastuu joogo dalka iyo dibaddaba si aad u soo jeedatay una qancisay wuxuu si siman u gaarsiiyey wixii deeqahaas ahaa dhammaan dhulka Soomaalidu ay degtay waddanka Soomaaliya soo aan u kala eegaynin
Turkey's former ambassador to Somalia, Mr. Semalettin Kani Torun, was in 2014 appointed as a chief advisor to Turkish Prime Minister Mr. Ahmed Davutoglu on African affairs, international development and humanitarian issues. Dr. Torun would be proud to see that his legacy continues in this example of an amazing work relationship with local Somalis. Dearest friend, Dr. Torun, we, your friends in Somalia, miss you very much, and we wish you luck in your political endeavors as Member of Parliament. The constituency you will serve is extremely fortunate to have you as an MP, and we know that you will do an even better job than you did in Somalia.